Welcome to the Temple of She podcast, a virtual overflow of our ceremonial spaces. This is a sacred and slightly wild space where we gather to nourish and share all things sisterhood, womanhood, and beyond, guided by magic, curiosity, and laughter. Our personal medicine, the healing power of the voice, deep listening, and truth spoken from the heart. Your hosts, Grace Lightlooper and Beth Cycle Witch, are here to hold the waters, stir the cauldron, and keep this ceremony moving through sound and story. So take a breath, soften into the flow, and welcome to our temple.
Testing.
I was like, if I don't speak, is she going to speak? Or are we just going to sit here in silence and have a silence off?
No, definitely not.
No, that's not going to happen, isn't it?
No.
Is it even? Right. Anyway.
Hello, Grace Lightlooper.
Hello, Beth and Cycle Witch.
What episode is this?
This is episode 5.
5. Oh my gosh.
Yes, 5.
The time is moving very, very fast. We are always improving.
It is, yeah. We're always up in our tech game, aren't we?
Yeah.
Trying to just micromanage and not micromanage. That implies
That's not even it. It's just
that,
improvement.
Yeah, that implies that there's nothing needs fixing, but actually we are improving. That is correct.
We are.
So if you're watching this,
you will notice I have shaved all of my hair off.
And if you're not watching it, hop over to YouTube to see Beth's new do.
Yeah. Or lack of it.
Beth's new don't.
Yeah,
So-
it's quite difficult to see myself in the camera. It's quite uncomfortable, but I wouldn't say any more than it usually is.
Right. Okay. So it's like when you're going through a process and you're like bringing it to the surface and you're like, I know you've always been there. But
Yeah.
right,
Yeah,
okay.
very much so. Yeah.
So talk us through that then.
The kind of discomfort with seeing myself. Okay.
Yeah, like everything around your hair, I guess.
Everything. All right, I'll start from the beginning. So I have very, very fine hair. To the point where there's quite a big difference between the back of my head and the top of my head in the amount of hair per square inch. This is, I don't have any definitive answers over why, but I've got some pretty clear ideas.
Okay.
So there is a family history of the women in my dad's side of the family having quite fine hair. And so that's kind of, you can't escape that really. I have really clear memories of my grandmother when I was younger. I used to go around there every weekend and she was always telling me about how she was trying to make her hair look more full and feel more full. And I kind of always had fine hair, but as I kind of grew up, it's just gotten a bit finer on the top. I had my daughter. It did get quite fine after that, but actually ended up quite thick again just before COVID.
Okay. Right.
I had a lot of regrowth, but at that point I had long, undyed hair, and I never put anything on it other than shampoo bars from natural companies.
Yeah.
And I worked in a gym, so I was eating healthy. I was physically very healthy. I felt very happy within myself. And all I ever did was just tie my hair up.
Right.
So I got a lot of regrowth. And then during COVID times, I was like, I'm going to re-perm my hair. And so I permed it and I dyed it. And it started to get really, really thin again. And then I started using a coloured dry shampoo to try and make it look a bit fuller. And lots of different products. And I've basically been doing that for years now. And it was just really bad.
Yeah.
Like, not being able to touch my own scalp because I always felt like my fingers looked dirty afterwards, not wanting anybody else to touch my hair because there was like so many products in it, and I was worried that they'd get like these brown stains on their fingers, and just living very self-consciously with it, and just kind of having to fight through it every day, every podcast, every time you put a video on, just always being like, can we be on the side where my parting isn't? And all of this stuff. And I kept thinking to myself, really, the only way I can make sure that it's not all the chemicals I'm putting on it to make it look fuller is to stop using the chemicals. But doing that with my hair at the length that it was just wasn't feasible. It wasn't long by a long shot, but it had dyed ends that were very dark. And it was just so much, so many different things. There's probably also to do with my weight. I've had a couple of years of really, really poor mental and physical health. My diet hasn't been great until the last kind of 6 months. There's likely hormonal issues because I also grow a full beard. So there were so many factors. And then I kind of got to the point where I watched this video of this girl with really short hair, and I was like, oh, I want that. And I turned around to Nikki and I was like, I did a face, and she was like, you want to do something? And I was like, how do you know? And she was like, what do you want to do? I was like, shave all my hair off. Wow. And she was like, okay. Wow. And essentially I kind of sat with her. I was like, I said it, but I was really conscious while I was saying it all as well, like really feeling into where these things were coming on from. I was like, will you still love me if I shave my hair off? Will you still fancy me if I shave my hair off? Because they're such deep programs. And she was amazing, obviously, because she is blooming amazing. And within 20 minutes, I had the clippers in my hands.
20 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it wasn't, I decided in 20 minutes. It's something I've been thinking of doing for at least a year or more. So just having that permission from her and that reassurance, even though there was a part of me that was like, you shouldn't need to ask these things. You should be more self-confident in yourself, blah, blah, blah. I just had to say them and kind of go through the process of it.
Because you want to be supported in that. It's a massive decision.
Yeah, exactly. And so, shaved all my hair off.
Wow.
And with that comes so much freedom. I feel like it's another layer of social conditioning, stepping away from a lot of, I've got the word patriarchy coming up, and I don't want to blame everything on the patriarchy, but for me, it always comes down to it. You know, expectations of women.
Yeah.
And so, it feels very freeing, very, very freeing. It feels healthier, easier. Like I can literally wash my hair and it's dry.
And it's done.
Instantly.
It's done.
I've even put my hairdryer away. I've stored it because I was like, not going to need that.
Yeah, wow.
So we'll see if it works.
So when you shaved it, did you feel an emotional process? Or I think what you mentioned before, there's like been a gradual and emotional process that's been like shedding in like slower rather than it all happening.
Yeah. So it wasn't like, you know, sometimes you see women and men and everybody in between get to a point where they make the decision to shave their head and they have a really big cry and a really big process around it. I didn't have that. I actually felt really relaxed about it. At the end of the day, it's not like I'm shaving off a full head of healthy hair that I love and identify with.
That's true, yeah.
I'm shaving off a weight that has been pulling me down and causing me to lose time and effort and money for years. So
Yeah, I can see why that would be relieving rather than
yeah.
grieving.
Yeah. But despite all of that, I still am coming into places where for the first time I'm seeing myself without hair. I can't hide
You've taken
that you can
mask
see
off.
my scalp straight through my hair now.
Oh, baby.
So like looking at myself here in the thing, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I can really see my scalp, and therefore everyone else can. But it's just that kind of like meeting each situation as it comes up and just being like, okay, worrying about it, punishing myself for it, feeling disempowered about it isn't going to change it. The thing that's going to change it is how healthy I am with myself.
Exactly.
So I'm just, I sit here and I look at it and I go, yes, that is what it is. And that's okay.
That's perfect. It's such like a beautiful physical representation of like how we bury stuff and we know it's there, but we like keep putting a mask over it and we bury it and we don't want to look at it. And you're literally like physically going through that situation where it's a physical representation of something you've covered up.
Yeah.
And now you're looking at it with your eyes and you're seeing that every day. And it's courageous.
Thank you.
It's courageous. So well done.
Thank
for
you.
doing that.
The responses I've had have been incredible, like absolutely incredible. There's so much admiration.
Yeah.
People really like, I don't think anybody's been like, oh, why'd you do that? It's all been, wow, can I touch your hair? It looks amazing.
Oh,
it really
that's so
suits
cute.
you.
Yeah.
And excitement and understanding. I got one really funny comment was like, we've got such a pretty face. You can carry it off. And it's like, thank you, but that implies that you think other people don't have pretty faces and can't.
Yeah. Well, I think there is some truth to that because your face shape and your head shape does lend itself to looking good shaved. Whereas I know that if I shaved my head, like I actually looked this up. I researched this a couple of years ago. Like because if I completely like scurfle my hair back, it does not look good on my face. It really does not suit it, and it's something to do with the cheekbone placement compared to your forehead width. And I think my forehead is like wider than my cheekbone. So yeah, if I was to shave my head, it wouldn't look as soft on my face.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So like
you know, it's not.
There's a science there,
yeah,
as opposed to vanity. Also, you know,
it was more that it was said, and in that conversation there was a direct comparison to another dear person to this person.
Oh, I see.
And I was like,
oh right, there was actually someone else involved.
Yeah, I was like,
that's slightly different.
you, that's a bit mean. But thank you.
Thank you anyway.
So yeah, that was kind of like the beginning of. I mean, we recorded 2 weeks ago, and it feels like we have both been through so many things since then.
As always.
As always. But my God, I know that like me shaving my hair off and then alongside having the intention for upcoming ceremony has all allowed so much to surface. And that has just been like epic. Absolutely epic. So
yeah, I was just gonna say, like, let's take a moment to just appreciate that when you agree to hold space for women, or like for anyone, but in our case for women, you are entering into some kind of crazy divine contract for all of your shadow to just go and just dive headfirst into all of those parts of you that have been waiting patiently in the shadows so that you can be as clear a vessel as possible for the people that you're about to hold. So like everything kind of speeds up and what's the word, like gets bigger in size, expands.
Yeah.
Like the magnitude of the healing really grows.
Yeah.
and like I've definitely been feeling that. But also, interestingly, it's not been overwhelming, and it's not been difficult. Like, there's been more healing happening, deeper healing happening for me, but it's been quicker to
move
through
through
each cycle of death and rebirth.
Yeah.
It's just been, there's been more of it, I guess.
Mhm.
And things that may have come up that initially I'd be like, whoa, oh my gosh. It's almost like the sentence is like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. And then by the last word, I'm like, oh, I'm through it. It's been like, that's like the
Yeah.
like the energy of like what it's been like. So yeah.
Yeah, it's I know the power of setting the intention to be in ceremony.
Yeah, just receiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what that does. I'm familiar enough with that now. I really feel like I truly understand it. This has, been a whole nother level.
Next level, isn't it?
Completely.
Next level.
And more so than I expected, but not in a way that has been regretful in any way. Like, I am so grateful for the opportunity to push through so many of these things. And it's great. It feels like I feel like I understand it now, and I feel really ready for holding that space. Like, I knew I need, like, when you're holding for other women, you may have some process, but because you're holding, you can't really go into things massively deeply. You can, depending on the women, but you know, there is a certain responsibility there. And now I really understand that kind of like, it's all got to happen before, so that you have the space.
Yeah, it's like having a clear out, isn't it? Like clearing out like your home before the shindig.
Yeah. Done that.
Clearing out your home before a shindig. That's what it's like. And I think like the biggest thing that has been arising, which has probably been the trickiest, is and I've noticed this in every space that I've worked in, with every person I've worked in, will be the people that you're working alongside will be the biggest catalysts for your healing / triggering. And that has definitely been arising for us.
Yes, definitely.
And I think, I feel like that has all moved through us now. We've like purged that out. We've moved through that, and there were a few times when it was really like reaching this kind of these intense points, but it's taught us so much. So much. I've learned so much in the last few weeks about myself, like that I never even realized or recognized in myself. Like, I realize I'm talking quite metaphorically here. I'd love to give some.
I'm 100% taking your lead in that. So yeah, do you want to share deeper?
Yeah. Okay. So we've got our WhatsApp chat between me, you, and some other sisters who we're holding space with, and just sharing from my perspective of what I've moved through. I was noticing that there were, over a certain amount of days, there were times when it's almost like everything everyone was saying in that group was just triggering me. But it was like, I knew that it was time to take some kind of action, because I was like, this isn't making sense. Like, this, how I'm feeling and how my body is reacting, something's not right. Like, something's out of balance here. And I know in those times to like really freaking check in, because it's like, it's not the world, Grace, it's you. Like, what is going on internally? Because every single thing seems to be making you feel some kind of tension. And me and you personally had a what's the best way to describe it? I mean, just putting it literally, like, I received a message from you, a voice note, really innocent voice note from you, as we always do, and one little tiny thing you said threw me into like trigger town. It cut me so deep, and it was so huge, and really I felt so hurt, and so like all of these things come up for me, all of this stuff, all of this, like, I've been betrayed by my sister, and like all of these narratives. And the past version of me would have absolutely shut off and run away and been like, can't do this, this is too much. But thankfully this version of me was able to just say to you, I feel triggered, I'm processing it. And from that, thankfully, you opened your heart up to me and rang me, and we cried together.
Yeah, I'm gonna now.
Oh, let's do it again.
Ooh.
No, let's not do that. Yeah, I was so grateful in that moment, because in that triggering, I shut off. But I knew I just had like that teeny little ounce to just tell you I was triggered. Oh, my love. Oh. So I'm really grateful that even though I was shut off, I was able to tell you that I was triggered, because that was like the opening that allowed you to actually message me back and ring me back and cry. And that was one of the most powerful, fastest transmutations, if that's the right word, of energy, because as soon as I heard and felt your grief and your pain, I instantly softened and instantly like just saw the illusion, really, the absolute illusion of what my pain was and what my trigger was. And actually, by you sharing your tears with me, it enabled me to see that when I reacted, when I was triggered, even though I said, I'm triggered, I'm dealing with it, like there was what I said at the time was like spikiness behind my energy towards you, and that kind of spiky, daggery energy of like, you've triggered me, and I'm still so grateful and so relieved that you were able to soften and open up in that moment to me, to bring me back to that space of love. So thank you.
Thank you. Because that sent me on that triggered me, didn't it?
It did.
It was like going into that with you started off a massive process within me, and I'm so grateful that I went through it, actually, because I feel so much self-trust and self-assurance now that I don't think I would have felt if I hadn't have gone through that. And yeah, it was like that night when we chatted, it kind of felt like it was like the narrative was done. The me and you part was done, but then there was try not to blub down the thing.
Do it, babe, do it. This is how you healed me. Think of all the women you can heal by crying.
But the next day, I could not stop crying all day. Yeah. And it was just sitting so heavily within me, and it brought up so many feelings of unsafety. And I could literally hear my inner child screaming at me, just saying like, nowhere's safe. Nowhere is safe. They're always going to trigger somebody, and you're going to lose things, and just absolute terror.
Yeah.
And I could feel myself shutting off.
Right.
And being like, I'm not going to chat to anybody today. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm not going to interact. And I kind of caught myself in it and was like, that's just protection, and that's not what you need. So I messaged you and I was like, Grace, I can't stop. I don't know how to get through this. And you held me through it all, which must have been really hard because it was a direct thing from something that had gone on with us. And I really appreciate you for doing that. And so much of that whole journey, it was deeply personal. It was to do with me and my trauma and my programs and all that stuff. But the overriding message was so much to do with finding safety within the sisterhood and addressing the fact that women have been pit against each other for so many years. We've been set into division and divisiveness between ourselves. And it was like I was presented with a choice.
Right.
It was like, this hurts. This really hurts. And there's always an opportunity for hurt. This could hurt more than you could ever imagine it could be at any time. But do you want to choose to hide from it? Or do you want to see what's on the other side of that?
Wow.
And it was just like, to get what you want and you need and you know you can bring forward from the sisterhood, you have to lean in and trust. You have to. Like, that's where the power is.
All else is insanity, isn't it?
Exactly. And it was really lovely to kind of notice where I was in the narrative and the stories and the projections, and then step away from that and be like, there's a much, much bigger picture here. Much bigger. And you are being tested right now.
Yes.
And then I had a absolute rage fit. Which do you know what? If you weren't in my life, I wouldn't have known how to do that. I wouldn't have had the knowledge to start with sounding. I wouldn't have had the permission to completely let bloody loose and scream and kick and hit and push and do all the things that I needed to do. And it was like I was in this cycling through the narratives and the story and the feelings round and round and round, and I felt like I was going to go bloody insane. Not helped by the pressure of the fact that I then had to go out. in like an hour, I was like, and I just kind of got to a point where I was like, what I have tools. I know I've got all the tools. If somebody else came to me, what would I tell them to do? So I just shoved my face in a pillow and started lower toning, and that just turned into screaming, and it was all the rage and anger that I'd pushed down for my whole life. Every single time I had been in a space where I had perceived that I had been shut down. And, you know, cognitively, I know that that's not the case. Nobody can completely shut anybody down. It's your choice as to whether you shut down or not. And so, I just let it all out. And my God, like literally 2 seconds after getting that last scream out, absolutely fine.
Back to normal.
Fully processed.
Reset.
Done.
Oh my gosh, I love
mad.
that.
And I messaged you. I was like, I feel fine now.
Watch your stuff out now, on time. Oh, Beth.
And since then, just this kind of like, I had a song come through to me when I was in the kitchen the other day, which was like, I can't remember the exact words of it, and I certainly won't remember the tune. But you know, when I just sometimes come out with something, it's rare that I manage to really catch it. But it was like, I know the sound of my own soul, and I recognise it, and because of that, nothing can touch me.
I am whole.
There we go. So it's just been a really nice sense of grounding, and so good, so good.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that.
Aw.
Because we've not. Let me just check the time. Okay, we've got time. We've not actually spoken about that since it arose, which
No.
is last week sometime.
Yeah, I was kind of terrified you'd go into it on the podcast.
Oh, well, you beat me to it. Oh no, did I?
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
I invited you to.
Oh, okay.
But when you got here, I've been a bit like, are we going to talk about this first, or is this going to come through the podcast? Because I know I'm going to cry.
Oh, you know me, babe. I'll bring anything up on a podcast.
I know.
But I appreciate you sharing that. I think it's so powerful for whoever's listening to really just have that permission. Because, like, as you said about the rage and the expression of rage, if you wouldn't have known how to access that, or even that it even existed,
No.
had you not known me, and that's going to have a ripple effect of whoever's listening to you in this moment, and that's the magic of that.
People, you have absolute permission to safely expel your anger.
Let that fucking shit go into a pillow. I really like what you said about it being really grounding, because that is something that I've really learned in my years of doing this work, is about how when we're using the voice, especially when we're like connecting to that rage, that like sacred rage, it is such a freaking grounding force. Like when we are screaming, like within reason, like when we learn how to like regulate that scream and release that energy that we're releasing through our voice literally like grounds us into the mother. Like she takes that from us. She wants that rage. She wants to transmute it. She wants to hold us through that. So the more that we allow that and let that go, it's like we're magnetizing like deeper into the earth.
Yeah. I was going to say something and now it's gone again.
Oh, maybe it might float back around again.
Oh dear. Yeah, no, it's gone.
Okay, never mind. Let that shit go too.
Yes. Oh, that was what I was going to say. Sorry.
Yeah, go.
What you said about it being so grounding. I'm always referred to as the person who's, you're such a grounding presence, and I'm well aware of the fact that I'm usually really grounded. But the discomfort I feel when I'm even slightly ungrounded is enormous, because I'm just not used to it.
Oh, that's so interesting, isn't it? Because I feel like I'm so used to not feeling fucking grounded that I'm like, it's like, yeah, I'm ungrounded, that's all right. Like, I was just fucking being ungrounded again. So I never even like contemplated that would be like uncomfortable and unfamiliar and
it's bloody scary.
wow.
Yeah.
That's really fascinating.
And like that role that I often end up in. Yeah. Like, if I'm not that, who am I? How do I identify? What am I supposed to do? And it's so difficult to try and do that for yourself.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so interesting to me that I'm seeing these, like, because I mean, naturally you embody the lower three chakras. Naturally, I embody the higher three chakras, and then we like explode when we meet in the middle at the heart. And I'm finding it really interesting at the moment, because I'm doing this real deep work of like grounding my body as much as freaking possible, and like really connecting to the earth and my physical vessel. And it's like you're starting to work more with your upper three chakras and like just experimenting and exploring like up there. And it's so beautiful that there's just like this synergy between us that's like we're doing that alongside each other and helping to balance each other out, really, I guess.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's really cool.
It is super cool. So after all of that,
yes,
I had a really interesting conversation with AI, actually.
Right, okay.
No, I was just doing some research, and it wasn't completely with AI, but it just.
This sounds like you're telling me you've been having an affair. Like the way that you went into this, like I've been having this conversation with AI.
Oh.
It wasn't completely blah 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 blah, whatever you said, but it just sounded like a scene from a film or something.
Yeah, no, it's got that vibes. It's got that feeling. Anyway, I just kind of it's the human design stuff, because I can't get my head around it very easily. And somehow AI has a really good, well, obviously it's got a good handle on it. It's got access to lots of information all at once. And it kind of, I was looking more into it, and I know you've looked into it a lot and you've told me things, but I find they fall in deeper when I do it.
Sure,
and it was talking about how I have this presence of safety. And I kind of got into this thing of like, how do I be safe? What do I do? What do I do? And it was really lovely to have this like real reassurance of it's got absolutely nothing to do with what I do. It's purely my presence.
That's the same as Connor's, my partner. He has the same, whatever it is in human design, he has the same thing. Like just your energy, your whatever is safety. Oh, that's so cool.
And so I took a bit of a deep dive on it, and it was really, really interesting. And I ended up looking at, I messaged you the archetype, guardian of the... Threshold.
Yeah.
Tied in, and it like piqued my interest, and I was like, what is guardian of the threshold archetype? And oh my God, it plays so well into my human design energy within spaces. And it's very much like it's non-performative. It's, you're not always the most liked, but you are the most trusted.
Interesting.
Because you are so regular, always the same,
right?
Never faltering,
like
predictable, safe.
The opposite to me, basically. Is she going to come in crying, screaming, or laughing, or singing? Wow.
And real, like, and it was the guardianship side of it is a sensitivity to unsafety and being able to kind of be like breaks before it gets out of hand. Not that I feel like that's needed or wanted, but I felt it, all these things within it. I was just like, that is me. I do that in my normal day-to-day life.
Yeah.
And it's about setting really clear boundaries. And I've noticed that in the times in my life where I haven't had clearly defined boundaries, I've become ill, I've become untethered. It's not good. Yeah. So it really, all of that really gave me this beautiful sense of like, you have to have absolute trust in yourself. And with that, you can trust anyone else because you're untouchable within your self-trust. And it's just been so bloody refreshing.
I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to close this podcast down and open the next one with more of this information.
Ooh, might have to get my phone out and
refresh it.
But
I feel like, because there's a little bit more that I want to share about the process that I had recently in the WhatsApp group, but then I feel like there's a little bit more that I want to like ask you about yourself, and I feel like I want to roll that over to the next one because it feels
let's do it. Yeah. So in that case, guys, you will have to wait a week to find out where this conversation goes.
Yes.
So this episode will be out soon,
like
from where we're talking about. I'm trying to figure out when the next episode, whether it will be before or after our
so
big ceremony.
This episode that we are currently speaking on will be out before the ceremony, and then the one that we're about to record next will be after our ceremony. So we'll have lots to report.
A week after that.
A week after that, yes. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much, everybody,
you,
for
thank you,
listening
thank
and
you.
holding space while I sob down the microphone.
I see the goddess in you. I see the goddess in you. I see the